Good afternoon, everyone. I do hope you're having a good day. I'd like to provide you with inspiration, and our topic for today is comparison. I was on a walk yesterday, and I came across a cluster of flowers, purple flowers. They were really tiny, so tiny. But yet, when I looked at those flowers, I realized that regardless of its size, it's still very much a flower in its right. And it might not be as big as a rose or a lily or the bigger flowers out there. But one thing you cannot take away from it is that it is a flower. And it made me realize that sometimes you can actually spend too much time, way too much time comparing yourself to other people, trying to talk like other people, trying to be like other people. But the reality is, you were created for a unique purpose. There's actually nobody else in the world that is exactly like you. Even if you came out of the womb as a twin, triplets, however many of you came out of the womb at the same time, or within minutes of each other, there's still a uniqueness that is distinct to you. The UK fashion industry, for instance, actually exemplifies how much we compare ourselves to each other. So when you go into the stores like Primark and New Look and places like that, the the items that they have on offer are all pretty similar. They might come in different sizes, but the styles are the same because a lot of people want to look alike. And so the clothing is actually targeted for mass markets. But then those individuals that want to look different have to go to more high-end stores, and you have to be willing to pay a bit more. And that's how it is with life as well. If you want to be like everybody else, then by all means keep on comparing yourself with other people and doing what other people are doing. But just like a high-end store, when you walk into a high-end store, the decor is different, the prices are way different because they're a lot higher, and the styles are different. So if you want to actually embrace your uniqueness, then you have to take the time to invest in yourself, invest in your mind, invest in what you allow into your mind, what you think about, what you act upon, invest on the information that you're putting into your mind. Like a high-end store, it's going to be more money if you're going to purchase an item of clothing or furniture, or whatever it is you purchase from a high-end store. It's the same thing with an individual. We're all made unique. We're all made different. It doesn't matter how many people are in the world today. We're all different. However, in order to be able to discover all of who we've been born to be, all of who you've been born to be, you have to take the time to look inside of yourself. You can look around you and look at other people for motivation, for inspiration, but when it comes to who you are as a person, nobody can dictate to you who you are. You have to discover who you are. Just like a present. When we were little, we used to play this game where I can't remember what it's called, but you take off wrap layers and layers, and after taking off each layer, there's like a present or something like that in there. And that's the same with yourself. When you start to excavate and investigate who you are as a person, taking off layer by layer by layer, you're going to find so much treasure. You're going to find so much uniqueness. You're going to find so much that you can actually offer the world. But you're not going to discover who you are by comparing yourself to other people. So in order to discover who you are, you need to be willing to look inside of yourself. You need to be willing to spend time with yourself. You need to be willing to invest in yourself. You need to be willing to move at your own pace. When you find yourself comparing yourself to other people and say, oh, they have this, I should have this, they have that, I should have that. Perhaps you should. And there's nothing wrong with wanting things, or wanting to be at a certain place in your life, but comparing your time to their time is not good, because you don't know what information they have, you don't know what their experiences are. So how can you compare yourself to them? So you are on your own track, you are on your own path, and one person could get to their destination a lot quicker than the other, but perhaps they skipped processes, and then you start to see it manifest later, or maybe in their relationships, in the way that they operate in their business. So you go at your own pace, you take the time to be a person of character, you take the time to be a person of integrity, you take the time to be uniquely you, not comparing yourself to other people, but being everything that God has made you to be. I read a book a couple of years ago called Blue Ocean Strategy, and that book focused on how businesses can provide new offerings, and do away with competition, and actually create new offerings that benefit people and create money for themselves. So they create profits, but not by pulling down other companies or competing with other companies, but by being different, by being distinct, not focusing on what the competition is doing, but focusing on creating new things. And that's what you need to do as well for your life. Instead of focusing on what that person is doing, how that person is doing, how they're rising, focus on yourself, focus on improving yourself, focus on being a better version of yourself every day, focus on learning lessons, focus on dreaming. Dreaming is so powerful. I read a book and listened to the book As a Man Thinketh earlier in this week, and it says it's impossible for you to move internally and stand still externally. So think about it. Perhaps if you're standing still externally, it's because you're standing still internally. It might not happen immediately, but as long as you keep moving in your mind, keep traveling in your mind, keep visualizing, keep dreaming, keep putting things into action. It might not be massive action steps, but do what you can in the zone, within the opportunities that you have. Do what you can. Focus on being the best version of yourself, and do away with comparison. Comparison is useless. It's a waste of your time, because it's like a turtle comparing themselves to an eagle. They're different. They have different skills. The eagle cannot protect itself with a shell. The turtle cannot reach those heights that the eagle can arrive. But guess what though? I thought about it the other day, and I realized that nothing stays in the air forever. It doesn't matter how high the eagle soars, and we put a lot of emphasis on the eagle. Everybody wants to be an eagle. It's great to be an eagle, but remember that nothing stays in the air indefinitely. The eagle can soar to great heights, but eventually it has to come down and rest its feet on something. So just like the eagle, you can soar to great heights, but you have to have something within yourself that you can, when you come down to rest, you have to have a sturdy character. You have to have sturdy integrity, that when you come down to rest, it doesn't tear you. You don't feel like you're less than a person because you're not in the air, because there is time for everything. There's time to soar, but there's also time to plant your feet down on the ground and rest. So forget about comparison and embrace everything and every part of your life, every aspect of your being, everything that God has made you to be. Okay, so these are my few words for you today. Please feel free to share, like, subscribe. Until next time, do take it easy. From my heart to yours, stay safe. Bye.